Hey, what is going on, everybody? Coach Justin here, the Cops Coach. I hope everyone's having a great Thursday out there. I know over here in Minnesota that it is starting to get warm, daylight is longer, and it's actually really excited for the spring and summer. So, today's training is my 3-step process of how you can get back on track with your fat loss, your weight loss, or your muscle building goals, even when you are feeling demotivated. Because take it from someone who, I've been in between part-time and full-time law enforcement since 2014, so coming up on my 10-year anniversary. And there have been many days and many weeks where I just felt demotivated, where I'd rather just, crash in the recliner, crack open a couple beers. Because, if I went on shift and I was dealing with domestics, if I dealt with child abuse, if I felt with people just yelling and spitting on me or just calling me names just for pulling them over for running a red light. All right, there are many things that can just demotivate us. So before I go into my 3-step process, I want you to get clarity on demotivation. What I mean by that is that is a challenge I often hear from cops, first responders. What's the challenge of getting away from losing the weight? Well, I'm just feeling demotivated. Well, the problem is that we treat demotivation as a disease. We treat it as the cause. Put that in the comments, demotivation, the cause. But instead, we need to look at demotivation as the symptom that you are experiencing, not the cause, not the disease. So put that in the comments. Demotivation is a symptom, not the disease. What I mean by that is that if I eat a very fatty cheeseburger and waffle fry basket, I'm probably going to feel demotivated. But I'm feeling demotivated, it's a symptom because my blood sugar is tanking. I ate something fatty, greasy, salty. I'm going into the food coma. I might feel demotivated if I only get 3-4 hours of sleep. The cause of that demotivation is the lack of sleep. You work a very long shift and that you, you just, again, deal with the domestics. You deal with assaults, deal with child abuse. Nick, good to see you. Maybe just type in the comments, hello, and just make sure that my audio is okay. Good to see you, man. So you might just feel demotivated from the job or the work because you just deal with something stressful. So again, it's not that the demotivation, it's the stress of you dealing with work. So identify what are the causes and the diseases of your demotivation. Don't just stop at the surface level that demotivation happens. Now, it's very normal for us to fall off track. So here's a 3-step process to get you back on track. Number 1, identify 5-minute actions. Put that in the comments. 5-minute actions. What I mean by that is think of all the actions that you want to do to be the healthier version of yourself. So if that means doing a 5-minute walk, doing 5 minutes of between push-ups and squats, cooking for 5 minutes. You might think of it well, I'm not going to get much done in 5 minutes. Andrew, good to see you. But oftentimes it is not. What stops us is the start. It's funny, there's a start-stop. What's stopping us is starting that action, okay? So if you go for a 5-minute walk, for instance, you might start walking and you might be I actually feel I'm going to walk farther. Instead of just walking down the block, I'm going to walk around the block. Or not. Now you're going for a 15, 20-minute walk because you started with your mind of just doing it for 5 minutes, okay? So stack up as many 5-minute actions as you can. So put that in the comments, 5-minute actions. The second step, and what I feel is the most important of the steps, is optimize your environment. Optimize your environment. Now, people kind of think of the no-brainer ones. Optimizing your environment could be setting out your workout clothes. Optimizing your environment can look having plentiful of fruits and vegetables inside your refrigerator instead of having a bunch of garbage. But what So those are the things around you. The environment that you need to optimize the most is up here. For instance, like if you feel that like by you watching the news or watching certain things on social media make you feel pissed off, make you feel angry, make you feel sad, frustrated, anxiety, whatever it is, we need to make sure that whatever we're letting in up here is the person we want to grow into. Because if you're feeling pissed off, anxious, sad, depressed, whatever, you're not going to go do those 5-minute actions that you need to do. Optimizing your environment could be like surrounding yourself with the right people or excluding the wrong people. I know I've told this to my students, like you might have some friends or family members who might be draining your energy. You might be having friends and family who aren't, basically, they're not looking out for the best interest of you. So perhaps if you have to cut out some people or at least limit yourself around some of those people. Alan, good to see you. So put in the comments, optimize your environment. Think of all the ways that you can. Make sure you're preserving your energy, your happiness. So we talked about number 1, 5-minute actions. Number 2, optimizing your environment. And number 3, getting support. So put that in the comments, get support. Because while as a cop, you might be trained to be self-sufficient, especially your troopers and your deputies. And you might be going to a domestic or you're on a traffic stop and your nearest backup isn't for like another 15, 20 minutes away. You're trained to be, self-sufficient, but doesn't mean you have to go through this alone. Okay? You're not on this journey alone. So part of that getting support is putting yourself in a community with like-minded people. So that means if you have to go to a group fitness class, if there are like cooking classes around you, how even being a part of this community and like posting questions, posting your wins, posting some challenges that you're facing. Surround yourself with people where like you want to accomplish what they want to accomplish. If you surround yourself with the right people, it's kind of like that phrase, like birds of a feather flock together. So you can also get support from a coach, such as myself. That's why I ask you, post your questions, post your challenges, message me. I'd love to do some trainings. Gain support like in your immediate like family or your friends or your coworkers so they can like hold you accountable to the things that you want to do. So those are my 3 steps. Put in the comments not only what resonated, I'd love to hear what resonated with you the most. What are you going to take action on? Whether that is some 5-minute actions, whether that is optimizing your environment or getting support. So take care, guys. And as always, love to hear what brings most value to you. Take care.